I got a new running partner. She's going to come with me all the time now. Okay, so it's day 68 of my 365-day running challenge. My name's Mark. That's my beautiful wifey, Louisa. And just over 24 hours ago, I finished my 24-hour run, didn't I?
Yes. Yes.
How was it?
I was exhausted just watching you.
You were exhausted watching?
Yes. No, it was really big, and it was not easy. Not easy during the day, not easy at night, no, it was really hard and really just hard to make it and hard to plan and the food and the process, and it was extreme. I never imagined it.
She wasn't even running.
No, of course not. Talking about you, not me.
So we're out here doing day 68 together. Luis is going to run with me for a little bit, and I'm going to do my first run after the 24-hour run, so that's going to be interesting. But this running streak continues. We've got 365 days to finish, and we're only up to day 68. Who knows? She might be running with me full time by the end. You never know. You never know.
Who knows?
Okay, let's summarize all this. I really didn't know if I was going to be able to do this run because I've been so stiff since I finished my run, my 24-hour run. I've been so stiff and hobbling around. So what I thought I'd do in this video is do a recap of the 24-hour run just briefly, and break it down into 8-hour segments, because that's really how it unfolded for me. And I'll go through each of those 8 hours, just take a rest here on the bike. Yeah, so going through each 8 hours, I started off at 7 o'clock in the morning. That was the first run. So through until the early afternoon or mid-afternoon, it was so hot. The temperature got up over 32 degrees Celsius, over 90% Fahrenheit, 90 degrees Fahrenheit. Humidity stayed around about 65 to 70%, and it felt like 38 to 40 degrees out there on the road, and I'm sure with the sun reflection off the road I was running on, it was incredibly hot. So in my mind, it was all about survival to get through until the temperature started going down in the afternoon, and I'd already kind of pre-programmed that in myself to achieve that as my first main goal of the 24-hour run. And then the other thing I was very focused on was the recovery process. So Wifey was fantastic in helping me out. As soon as I got home, I would change my gear. I would go and sit down. She would bring me what I wanted to drink and eat. I'd raise my legs up and just rest as much as I possibly could for about the 45 minutes that I had before I had to go back out again. So by the time I got to 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I was probably through the worst of the day. So the second segment of 8 hours was about getting through the early hours of the night, enjoying the decrease in the air temperature which happened, and get adjusted to the increase in the humidity which also happened. So even though I lost air temperature and the air temperature started to fall below 26, 27 degrees Celsius, the humidity started to rise up over 80%. So by the time the middle of the evening came, I was dealing with 88 to 90% humidity, which was really tough as well. But the second 8 hours went pretty well. I really enjoyed running in the dark. I think I got an emotional lift because the sun had gone for the day and I knew that I didn't have to deal with that anymore. So coming out from the house to start the next 2K run, the mind was saying, okay, it's dark, it's cooler, and I think that really helped a lot. So in my future races, when I have to go through the night, I'll be really thinking about that, because the night time is, I think, when you can do a lot of the damage, because people are getting generally tired and physically exhausted from being out during the day. So I got through that next 8 hours into the evening pretty well. And then came the last 8 hours. So from 10 p.m. until 6 a.m. And I was fine up until about 12 or 1 o'clock, 1 a.m. It's when the sleep deprivation really started to hit me hard. And it felt like I was dropping off a cliff. So it coincided with a time where I didn't feel like eating too much, because at that time of the night you don't eat at all. So the body's not used to taking in fuel at that time of the day. And that's something really interesting to learn from, because I'm going to have to adapt my eating habits so when I do races like this I can actually be hungry and get fuel in. So that's something you've got to train for as well. So yeah, after midnight it was really tough, and the last 4 runs or so was just survival. It was just getting through and doing those runs as steady as I could. My kilometer times dropped off quite a lot, but I wasn't worried about that. I was just focused on getting to the finish, getting that 6 a.m. run done, and then and going from there. So yeah, obviously a lot of elation doing the last run at 6 o'clock. The sun was starting to come up. It was really beautiful. There was a lot of emotions. It was fantastic that I got to share this with my wife. It was our first physical endurance journey together. We learned a lot. We sat down afterwards and we had a debrief about it. She brought up some really good points about what we can improve as a team going forward. So that was really fantastic to get that feedback and to understand it from her side on what she's dealing with when I'm not there, and preparation for me so that I get everything that I need and want as I come in for a recovery stop. So yeah, it was a hugely fantastic experience, gaining a lot of knowledge from doing something like this. After 66 days of my 365-day running challenge, I was able to get through this challenge, so that was a major milestone for me. Yeah, sure, it wiped me out. The last 24 hours have been really tough in recovery. Fuzzy head, a lot of fuzziness going on, and that's quite standard for people that have done this kind of long distance endurance event. So with today's run, I'm up over 50 kilometers so far in the last couple of days, which has been good. So yeah, all in all, for me it's been about a 9.5 out of 10 experience. And then today I've come out and backed it up with a run the very next day and done 5Ks of my 365-day running challenge and day 68. So extremely positive. I dropped quite a bit of weight, so I'm down to just over 89 kilos now. So I dropped a good kilo during the event, even though I was fueling up all the time. So that's something I've got to look at as well, because when you drop weight you lose energy and fuel. So yeah, that's something that I need to take into consideration for the next time. So now I've got 9 days until I do my first official race as a professional athlete, and I'm getting excited about that now. I just hope the body can recover fully before I do that race, because I've only got 9 days, and I feel I've got a lot of recovery to do. Even though I'm going to be running every day between now and then, I've got to get back into some kind of normal training and normal shape as quickly as I possibly can. That's a recap today on my 24-hour run, how I felt, some of the things that happened to me. If you've got any questions, drop them in the comments and I'm happy to answer those and try to answer those. If I haven't touched on anything that you might be interested in. If you want to know more about what I ate, I think I shared pretty much all of that during the run itself, so check out those videos. I'll leave the videos to the run in the description below. And yeah, that's about it for a wrap for day 68. So I'll be back tomorrow with day 69 of my 365-day running challenge. Thank you all for your support, and a special thanks to Wifey again, who did a fantastic job in helping me on this journey. So just remember, before I go, hit the subscribe button, stay fit, stay healthy, go for a run. See you later, everyone.